Hi, this is Jeffrey from mymtb.guide, and today we're looking at the Camelbak Podium Chill bottle. Having a cool drink during summertime is something you can achieve with ice, but for keeping it cool for an extended period of time, you'd want to transition to an insulated bottle. An insulated travel mug is obviously not suited to mount in your bottle cage or to drink out of while riding, but they do insulate really well. The Camelbak Podium Chill combines the features of the Camelbak Podium while keeping your drink cold twice as long as a conventional bottle. The Camelbak Podium isn't just the bike bottle. It has some interesting features which you will also find on the Camelbak Podium Chill. So let's take a closer look. The Camelbak Podium Chill is one of 3 bottles in the Camelbak Podium series, which are the Standard Podium, the Podium Chill and the Podium Ice. The only difference between these bottles are in the capacity and thermal insulation. The Podium is non-insulated, while the Chill should keep your drink cool twice as long as a regular bottle, while the Podium Ice should keep your drink cool 4 times as long as a regular bottle. Later in this video we're going to test if the Podium Chill really keeps your drink cool twice as long. The thermal insulation is done by using a double wall construction in the bottle with a thin thermal sheet in between. This keeps the bottle flexible so you can squeeze the bottle to take a drink. Drinking out of this bottle is a lot easier compared to generic bottles. The Camelbak Podium series uses a self-sealing valve which removes the need to pull on the nozzle every time you want to drink. To drink, you just squeeze the bottle hard enough, which opens the valve. It doesn't spill under normal circumstances, and even shaking keeps the water in the bottle. You have the option to lock the bottle if you want to, for instance, transport full bottles. The design has furthermore some indentations and extrusions to increase the grip on the bottle and make it easier to open or close the cap. The cap is threaded and requires normal force to open it. The nozzle is made out of silicone and is removable for easy cleaning. However, it's not recommended to put the whole bottle in the dishwasher due to the heat and therefore risk of deformation of the bottle. Drinking out of the Camelbak Podium Chill should give you a noticeable cooler drink, but how much cooler and how does it perform on a long ride? Well, that's hard to describe without some numbers. So we're going to test 4 bottles containing the same amount of water and measure the water temperature over a period of 4 hours. These are the bottles for the test. A generic travel mug, the Alphi Eco. This is not a bike specific bottle, but it shows how much a normal insulated mug holds its temperature. The second one is a more heavy insulated bike specific bottle. This is the Elite Thermo 4 hour. Third is of course the Camelbak Podium Chill bottle. And lastly, a generic bottle to compare how hot your drink is getting now without the insulation. The test starts with 8 degrees Celsius tap water in every bottle and an ambient temperature of 28.7 degrees Celsius. The first measurement point is at 30 minutes. Interesting to see is that the water in the Alphi Eco travel mug did not even increase by half a degree Celsius, while the generic bottle already rose 4 degrees. The 2 bike-specific insulated bottles perform as expected between both the temperature ranges. Over the next few hours the bottles hold their precision due to the thermal properties. But the Camelbak Podium Chill does get to pretty high temperatures for an insulated bottle. The Alphi Eco travel mug outperforms the bike-specific insulated bottles by a huge margin. It reaches the 10 degrees Celsius point just at the 4 hour mark, while the other bottles are past the 20 degree mark. Camelbak claims that the Podium Chill will keep your water cold twice as long compared to a regular bottle. So if we check the temperature of a regular bottle at 1 hour, it should take about 2 hours for the Podium Chill to get to the same temperature. Here the Podium sits about 1.5 degrees higher. When we check the temperature of a generic bottle at 2 hours and the Podium Chill at 4 hours, the difference decreases to a point where it's negligible. So Camelbak's claim that the Podium Chill will keep your drink cool twice as long as a regular bottle is true. An insulated bottle is not the only way to have a cool drink while riding. You can place the bottle in the fridge or put ice in it to cool it down below the 8 degrees as tested here. If you can cool your drink down 4 degrees or more in this scenario, you will see that it outperforms the insulated bottles within the 4 hour time span. The Camelbak Podium Chill has a somewhat innovative and convenient valve to drink through, which also does not spill any water under normal circumstances. However, if you shake the bottle hard enough, it will leak. You can lock the valve, but that does not completely seal the bottle. Firmly squeezing the bottle will cause it to leak slightly, so I don't recommend putting it in your bag if you're traveling to an event. But mountain biking with this bottle didn't give me any issues of leaking. The nozzle is now a bit bigger compared to some older generations, and this was done to increase the flow rate. I preferred the smaller nozzle, and the flow rate wasn't an issue for me, but they made drinking out of the bottle just a bit faster. Mounting the bottle in the bottle cage is easy and it fits fairly snug. I've had bottles that sat more secure in the bottle cage, but I did not lose the Camelbak Podium Chill on rough terrain. When looking at the thermal characteristics of this bottle, I can say that it meets the claim of keeping your drink cool twice as long as a regular bottle is true. This is the most important part that differentiates the Podium Chill from the standard Podium. Keeping your drink cool twice as long as a regular bottle sounds like a lot, but the actual temperature difference does disappoint me somewhat. According to the test results, you can say that the Podium Chill keeps your drink about 2.5 degrees Celsius cooler. Now that's not that much, and if you're like me and empty about 2 to 3 bottles in a 3-hour ride, then putting some ice in your bottle can give similar or even better results as a Podium Chill. That is why I'm not that positive about the Camelbak Podium Chill. Besides the thermal properties, it's a great bottle. That's why I do recommend the regular model, the Camelbak Podium, over the Camelbak Podium Chill. Thanks for watching my review of the Camelbak Podium Chill. If you liked the video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't yet. My MTB guide brings you product reviews, how-tos and track highlights, so if that's what you're into, definitely subscribe and you'll be notified when a new video goes online. Have a nice day and I'll see you the next time.